guys, welcome back to a brand new Rams House video, and today we're going to be talking about the situation with Jared Goff and what I think is going on right now, especially because we just saw the interview with Les Snead from the media, and as you'd expect, most of the questions were about Jared Goff. And if you just go back and you look at that interview that he had with the media, you can tell by his demeanor and by the way he's answering these questions that the organization is, like, even if he's not saying it up front to them, because obviously you don't want to just be talking about your quarterback, talking down about him when he's still on your team, but you can see in the way they're asking these questions, in the way he's answering these questions, and just like his whole body language with them, he seems to be refraining and like holding back on some of the things that they're asking about Jared Goff. And this is not the only proof that I have about Jared Goff most likely not staying with the Rams. I mean, yes, you'll take a cap hit if you trade him and if you cut him. That's just known. That's going to happen. But you can see of what the Rams have done in the organization. You can see the way that Sean McVay is answering these questions. He says this is our quarterback right now, and if somebody's confident in your quarterback, like let's just say Matt LaFleur with Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't say this is our quarterback right now. He doesn't. It's an easy question to answer. Sean McVay decided to take a different route and say right now, because obviously the organization is not sure about the approach that they're going to take towards Jared Goff. And I think I know, and I think all Rams fans know the way they're feeling about Goff right now. And something's just gonna erupt soon enough, and something's gonna happen. I think this is just one of those cases where it's being dragged out, but we know what's going to happen. You can go back, watch that Les Snead interview. There's so many of the questions asking about Goff, as I said, and there's so much restraint to the answer, and there's a bunch of little hints that you can see in there that are almost pointing towards what's going to happen with Jared Goff and what they think about him. And there's so many, I think there's too many reports about them, that Sean McVay and the Rams needing marriage counseling with Jared Goff. There's just too many reports that are suggesting, like, if there's this much tension, what it looks like to be tension with Jared Goff. It doesn't look very good for Jared Goff right now, and it looks like the Rams are getting prepared to make some sort of move, because we've seen them do this before. Or, whether they bring in a quarterback or not, I just don't see the Rams keeping Jared Goff on the team. Again, if you watch that interview with Les Snead, this will make much more sense to you. There's just so many ways he's answering the questions. With Sean McVay, week in and week out, I mean, not like when Jared Goff is hot, obviously, but week in and week out, he has that frustrated, ticked look on his face, like he's just done with him. And Sean McVay knows he should have won a Super Bowl. And she should have possibly even gotten one this year with that good of a defense. And you can see week in, week out, he's getting more frustrated, more build-up. And I'd love to be in the meeting rooms to see what the Rams are talking about, what their organization is talking about. But I have a pretty good guess on where they're heading with Jared Goff. Now, I like Jared Goff. I definitely do. And I'm not trying to downgrade him as a person. But if you take a look at some of these reports, if you take a look at that interview with Les Snead, you can find it like YouTube, whatever. You can see that restraint. You saw it with Sean McVay in the regular season when he got frustrated. Our quarterback has to do better. He has to do better. He can't turn over the football. Then you see he's our quarterback right now. Then if you go back, watch the Les Snead interview, holding back on some of these answers, pulling information from the past of what they did, almost like a precursor of what could happen. It's just, and of course all those reports coming out about, like, I'm pretty sure everybody's catching on to what's going on. Now it's just about, are the Rams going to take action? Are they going to trade him or cut him right away? Or are they going to give him a very short leash, because he's gotten to this point where he does deserve a short leash? Are they gonna give him a short leash next season and, like, hey, you get 2 bad performances, all right, you're done, Wolford's in? You gotta consider some of those things. And when you see them bringing in Hodges, another mobile guy, that kind of tells you about what Sean McVay and the Rams organization is thinking. He wants a mobile quarterback like Wolford. He wants a safety, a security blanket Why would you just you wouldn't just sign a quarterback out of nowhere when you had Blake Bortles, Wolford, and Goff, and Bryce Perkins. So this isn't looking good for Goff, and it looks like he's gonna have to fight harder than he has throughout his career with the Rams to try to stay in the Rams, or is he gonna not try his hardest so he can go on to a different team because he's frustrated? I don't know, but you can just tell with the way the tension is building and the way these questions are being answered and the body language of Les Snead and Sean McVay and even Jared Goff, you can tell something's going to happen. So I want you to let me know down below what you think of this, because obviously Jared Goff does have a huge contract. He pretty much has Aaron Rodgers, which I think is a little bogus. We have to see what's going to happen, and obviously if they cut him or if they traded him, they would take a cap hit, but the Rams have experience with that, and other teams have taken bigger cap hits than this, so just keep that in mind. Let me know what you think again down below. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are a Rams fan, and as always, horns up and God bless.